Hey guys, what's up? It's the end of 2017, and this was a wonderful year for pictures. 2016, not so much. But this year, we had a plethora to choose from. So here I am today to talk to you about my top 5 picks for the best movies of 2017. Now, one thing I want to say off the bat, there are some great movies that I have not seen. For example, I have not seen Dunkirk. I have not seen Get Out. And because in fairness, I have not seen these movies, I cannot put them on my top 5 list. I want to get around to seeing them, but in all honesty, if I'm going to review these movies or even try to even talk about them, I want to at least have seen the movie, and I'm not going to do something this genuine. So with that being said, if you see something that is clearly a good movie that didn't make it on the list, that's probably the reason why. I was too busy or, quite frankly, didn't have the cash. My number 5 is going to be Logan, and this is a great movie. Say what you will about comic book movies. In my opinion, this is one of the best comic book movies done ever, simply because it stays really true to the source material, and the source material, I do believe, was the Old Man Logan series from the Uncanny X-Men, but Hugh Jackman, this is his final time at the character, and he knows this character inside and out. He's been doing this character for 10 plus years, and it really shows. Patrick Stewart is back as Professor Xavier, an aged, dying Professor Xavier, and the performance that Patrick Stewart gives, he deserves an Oscar and no less. This movie is incredibly well-rounded. There's incredible action sequences, which you would expect from a movie like this, but there's also a lot of human drama moments in this movie. This is a wonderful movie. If you're not seeing this movie simply because it's a comic book movie, don't even think of it as a comic book movie. Just go and see it and you will love it on a personal level. You don't even have to like the X-Men or anything like that. For my number 4, I had to go with a movie called Baby Driver. This was an incredible movie. It is technically an indie movie, but it has a really big budget. And there's a lot of star power too. You have Ansel Elgort playing the lead character, Baby, and you probably remember him from The Fault in Our Stars. He does a much better job in this movie, trust me. The movie also stars Jamie Foxx, who does a phenomenal job in everything he does. And the movie also has Kevin Spacey. Yeah, that's awkward. I guess we'll call him He Who Shall Not Be Named now. So the basic premise is our lead character, Baby, is working for He Who Shall Not Be Named to pay off a debt, and he's driving getaway cars, and he's really, really good at it, and he's in with this bad crowd, but he's trying to work his way off, pay out his debt, and live his life, and like in so many other movies, he just can't get out, and that's where our drama ensues. I feel like enough people didn't see this movie. I mean, the numbers, they were pretty good, and it definitely made its money back and more. But everybody I've talked to has not seen this movie, and you really should. Especially if you're one of those people who says that Hollywood is out of ideas, that Hollywood has no fresh energy. Look at this movie. Look at movies like Baby Driver and other indie movies, some of which I'm about to be talking about. There are plenty of original ideas in Hollywood. It is not dead by any means, and you need to go out and support these small movies. And it will pay off, I swear. You can... Don't quit seeing Transformers. Quit giving that franchise money. My pick for number 3 has to be 3 Billboards Outside of Ebbing, Missouri. This is a wonderful movie starring Frances McDormand, who kills it in every role she's in. And this, in my opinion, is her best role. The movie also stars Woody Harrelson and Sam Rockwell, who steals the show. And this movie, it's one of the smaller movies again. Once again, there are great movies out there. You just got to go see them. This movie takes place in a small town where this tragic murder happened, and 8 months later, no killer has been found. And the mother of the person that was murdered is just upset, and she is about to raise some hell. This was a really good movie that touched on a lot of levels. It's very dramatic, needless to say, because of the material. It's also very, very funny. The same person who wrote the screenplay for this wrote In Bruges, and that movie is basically known for its dialogue, and there's just the same witty dialogue going back and forth. So definitely check this one out. One thing I will say, the ending, it's not quite satisfying. It doesn't suck, but it's just not enough. At least it wasn't for me. I don't know. Film is subjective. It might be completely different for you. but this is definitely worth checking out. And my number 2 movie, well, I kind of struggled. I went back and forth between number 3 and number 2, but if I'm going to be honest with myself, I've got to go with It. This movie was so good, and I still get the feels thinking about it, and that's kind of what's on my barometer when I'm thinking about what, a good movie is for me. The cast of young actors did a really good job. There wasn't a weak link, which I was really happy to see, because usually in a cast of kids, there's always that one kid who can't quite act, or his character is annoying or something like that, and this was a solid, cohesive unit. This was something like The Goonies, and it worked out, especially on that level of 80s nostalgia, because the movie is set in the 80s, so you do have a lot of those references and whatnot. And if you don't know what the movie's about, where have you been? But basically, it takes place in a small town in Maine where every 27, 28 years, this demonic clown who lives in the sewers starts killing off children. Bill Skarsgård plays our new Pennywise, and he is awesome. All due respect to Tim Curry, this is our new Pennywise. I'm sorry, Tim. He blew you out of the water. Much love. Much love. And my number 1 movie of the year has to be The Disaster Artist. Guys, this movie is so good. It just gives you the feels. I don't know anybody who's going to walk out of that movie theater just not feeling great about themselves because you're not Tommy Wiseau. That's kind of a mean thing to say. This movie is about the real life of Tommy Wiseau, and if you don't know who that is, well, he directed and starred and produced and wrote what many people consider the worst film ever. It's called The Room. If you have not had a chance to see it, just go to YouTube. I guarantee you'll find a copy. If not, just various scenes from The Room that people like. It's kind of become like the Rocky Horror Picture Show. People go to it at midnight screenings. There's certain things you say, there's certain things you bring and throw at the screen and all that good stuff. It's a lot of fun. This movie is the real life story of Tommy Wiseau and his arrival in Hollywood, how he couldn't get roles and how he decided to make his own movie and how he somehow has this endless supply of money. James Franco plays Tommy Wiseau, and to a T. It's really uncanny how well he plays Tommy Wiseau if you've ever seen him in interviews or watched The Room itself. Seth Rogen is also in this, and he is hilarious, as always. That guy just has a lot of talent. He's far more than just a funny comedic actor. One of the things I really like about this movie is that it took the high road. It could have taken the path where it's going to be making fun of Tommy Wiseau the entire movie, and that's the running joke. But that's not it. It doesn't make fun of the guy, and let's just be honest, there's a lot to make fun of. This movie is about heart. This movie is about passion, albeit misguided passion, or maybe not. Who are you to say? At the end of the day, this is an underdog story. Who doesn't like a good underdog story? And walking out of the theater, I just felt great. It's a story of hope. It is incredibly funny. And if you think you have to see The Room before you see The Disaster Artist, you don't. But it really helps. So what do you guys think? Do you like the list? Do you disagree with the list? Of course you do. Let me know in the comments below. If you like this video, click that like button. And if you want to see more like this, by all means, subscribe. Guys, it's been a great 2017. I look forward to doing this more in 2018. Be safe. Peace out.